Well guys, what you see is green grass in the last week of 2023. It's the week after Christmas. We have a few days till New Year's, and we have this wonderful like 50s weather in Iowa. I came in Iowa in 1996 and started beekeeping in 2010, and I've never seen a year like this, that we have 60s in December and no snow. It's very warm, and I don't know what's going on, but definitely I'm not used to this nice weather. So what that means for bees, it means that they are moving a lot more. They're not clustered, they're flying, and with that they're using a lot more food. So what I'm gonna do today is gonna make some winter patties for our bees, and I'm gonna check the hives, and the hives that are, you know, check on the back of the hive if the hive feels pretty light, and if there's bees boiling on top of the frames, it usually means that bees have consumed their honey domes that are on top of their heads, and now they need a little our help. This time of the year I make winter patty, and we make it with powdered sugar. It's a lot more, I think that it's a lot more easier for the bees to use powdered sugar, and we grind our own to avoid using cornstarch. You can see if you feed regular sugar, or you know, like a mountain cup method, or it's like if you make patties with regular sugar, they're like a wet sand, and bees are taking it out of the hive. You'll see on the entrance a lot like sugar that's been wasted. But with powdered sugar, they use every little bit. So that's why I like grinding it before making it into patties. This patty also consists of 20% of honey, a little bit of like 1 ml per pound of honeybee healthy. We make our own, and I made a video, you can check that out, the recipe for that. And if the bees are flying, I use 1 ml per pound of Nozevit. It's to prevent eczema. Is all natural plant extract from Croatia, from the my neighboring country when I was born. And also I use citric acid in our patties. As you can see, bees are flying, doing their cleansing flights. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make patties for those lighter hives and hives on the bees on top of the frames, and we're gonna clean bottom boards, take the mouse guards off and clean, because we only have one entrance on their landing boards, and we don't use top entrance. That's the reason I have to clean once in a while, especially after the snowstorm. I have to clean the entrances. Okay, so to prepare this batch, we already have grinded sugar, and we're putting some crystallized honey. So this particular batch, we're making 25 pounds of powdered sugar and 20% of honey. So that's 5 pounds of honey, and we use 1 mil per pound, or 25 mils for this batch of honeybee healthy. Uh, and then we use this mixer to mix everything well to get the consistency of the Play-Doh. Uh, if you've seen in our previous videos that we had mixer, there was 20 quart for like bakeries, and it didn't quite work well as this one. I like this one really a lot. This is 30 quart, and it mixes the patties a lot better than one with a round bowl, with the straight round bowl. This one is horizontal, and it works a lot better than our previous one. After everything is mixed, then we use something to make it thinner and fits under either inner cover or shims that we have. Our shims are not very wide. They're maybe 3/4 inch. So we're spreading the patty to fit under our lids. Okay, so this is the patties. You can see you can put it under, really shallow lids. You don't need extra thick lid with these kind of patties. 2.5 to 3 pounds of patty in this 1 gallon zip bag. Consistency of the patty is like a Play-Doh. I do have some. I made some, so just you can see from regular sugar, and you can see it's like a wet sand. And this can go between your frames, and bees don't like they will remove a lot of this patty. But this one, they will actually eat all of it. So how do I place it in the hive? Is I take utility knife and cut 3 channels. So 1, 2, 3 channels. And then I remove these strips. And bees will go inside and eat the patty. See, the strips are going this way, and you want to do the opposite side of, if the frames are going this in the box, you put it opposite way. So the strips are kind of like, if the frames are like this, the strips are going like this. And bees love this, so they will. This is just the extra insurance. So basically what I do is lift the back of the hive and feel for the weight. If it feels a little light, you get the feeling, since you've been doing this for a while, you know what hives feel light. If they feel light, I add patty no matter what. But if they feel pretty heavy, but I see bees are boiling on top of the frames, I add a patty just for insurance. Okay, so I want to show you the sample of a hive that bees, I like to call them, boiling on top of the frames. That usually means that they have used their honey domes, and you know, they're on top of the frames looking for food, and when it gets colder they go down and they can die, you know, of starvation. So in hives like this, I like to put a patty on top of them. I usually don't put winter patties on. I leave them enough food, and I properly place frames and make sure that they have food on top of their heads and on the sides, so whenever the cluster move, there's food. And when, like, we always have really cold winters, so there's no need to put this winter patty on if we have cold winter and they have enough food. We don't have to touch our bees till late February. That's when I add my first patty. But in extreme temperatures like we have this year, I just want to create that additional insurance, and just to make sure, I want to put with this emergency feed on all the hives that feel light or have bees boiling on top of the frames. Yeah, I consider bees as any other pets or animals that we take care of. So same like if you would not like to see your dog, cat, or goats, or whatever animals you have starve, I think it's shame if your bees starve during the winter. So most of the time, is we admit it or not, if our bees die, it's our fault. It's either they die from viruses created from varroa mites, they starve, or moisture, whatever kills them, it's our own fault. But some of the reasons, like starvation, is preventable. Why not, you know, prevent something if we can? So usually, you know, we don't have to intervene, but if we have extreme temperatures like this, you know, they're moving a lot, using a lot of food, why not add extra insurance? Okay, let's see what's the situation in this hive. Yeah, we can see the bees are on top of the frames, so we're gonna add the patties. So our channels are cut this way, 3 channels, so we're gonna put it like this. Okay, and we have a shim that goes on top of the patty, and you can see there's no extra, you know, it's really nice close fit. I use 1x2 shims on these boards, and then I have 2-inch insulation on top of the top of the lids, top of our shims. Okay, so I'm gonna leave them alone till February like this. They have extra food, they have been treated for mites. I use wind barrier because this hive, these boxes were pretty old and have holes in them. So this is not, doesn't have any insulation value. It's only for windbreak and draft, the holes in my boxes. So these particular hives are not, you know, 2 next to each other like usual setup that I have. They're on 2 cement blocks, and I have I use the strap, and I use the strap on the wheat blocks. Okay. Okay, this hive is done. We did all that's in our power to make sure this hive survives the winter. We removed honey on time, treated for mites on time, treated for mites again in December, put a mouse guard, put a wind block, strap the hive so it doesn't tip over, and finally today I put some emergency feed on the hive. So that's all we can do. Hope they survive the winter. Another sample of the hive that doesn't need our help. As you can see, bees are inside the frames, they're not on top of the frames, and I can see a lot of capped honey, a lot of food. We don't want to disturb these guys too much, but just to show you, why would you feed these guys, put the sugar on top of their heads with no need? I mean, right now they're disturbed a little bit, but there's no need to add anything else to these guys. They are in August they're taken care of, and now they're gonna be left alone for 7 months. So till end of, like last week of February, I'm not gonna open or touch these guys. You can see the frames are full, properly placed food, because not only that you need food, but you need proper placement of the food too. Okay guys, like I said, we've done everything that was in our power to make sure that our bees survive the winter, including this latest, adding winter patty for the light hives. So I hope this new year brings you health and happiness more than anything, and I wish your bees survive the winter and wish you all the best in the 2024. I hope this 2024 is gonna be a lot better than this crazy with everything that's going on around the world. I wish people come to senses and all this craziness stop, and including this crazy weather. I hope, because we had drought in 2003. It wasn't a very good year for us. Now it's very warm, so we'll see. Wish you and your bees all the best. Thank you guys.